Vic, what's your impressions been of Kaj Sanders so far, and kind of what you feel like his potential will be in his second year?
Like when I first met Kaj, we talked about his career had jump started. He played as a true freshman. So my impression on him is just the growth since I've been here, seeing him being out there taking command of the defense and just growing that way from a maturity standpoint. But it's been a great experience for me so far with Kaj.
Last year we saw you on the Penn State staff. How was it like getting your first taste of Big Ten experience?
Absolutely. So it was a great experience. I met great people, worked with some great people, learned a lot of great things. Now, being here at Rutgers, it's a new opportunity for me. Still in the Big Ten to learn from a great coach and Coach Greg Schiano, he was giving me an opportunity along with Coach Smith. So just learned a lot of things that I'll continue to learn here.
To kind of go off the other two questions, I mean, this is a younger safety room with some newcomers, some guys leaving from last year, your first experience here at Rutgers. How have you kind of grown with that room so far?
The biggest thing that we emphasize with the guys is just accumulating reps, right? Accumulating reps, getting as many reps in our system as possible and just getting incrementally better each day. So that's been the joy for me to watch these guys just continually get better each day.
Jet's in a bit of a unique situation as far as trying to get his eligibility in the courts. Just how have you guys handled that situation? What have you seen from him on the practice field as he's kind of navigated that situation?
Yeah, so Jet's been a pro on and off the field. He comes in, he takes care of his business. And that's all we can ask for from him. Every day he chops his job, and that's all we can ask for. He's been a pro at it.
When you're talking about your experience last year at Penn State, were you able to interact with Rob Smith a whole lot in that group? And did he talk with you about his Rutgers experience? And was that part of the pitch coming here, was having him as the co-defensive coordinator?
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Smith and I both work just in general with all the other staff as far as game planning. So we built the relationship naturally that way. And obviously get an opportunity to come here with Coach Schiano and his success and what he's done with defenses, not only just as a head coach, but in defenses in general was good for me. He didn't have to sell me anymore on that. So it was great to get the opportunity to come here and just blessed to be here.
You're one of three position coaches on the defensive side of the ball who has significant MAC experience. How did that translate now into where you're at and being able to take that next jump and that next step?
Just being able to coach and develop, being able to have guys that maybe wasn't as highly recruited, but great kids, and they committed to the job and just allowed me to coach them and develop them. So learned a lot of things along that journey that I can use and help me to help Rutgers become better in my position.
For Kaj having the experience of playing as much as he did as a freshman in the Big Ten, how valuable do you think that is for a guy to know what it's like so early in his career and have so many years left to keep playing?
Yeah, one of the top conference in the country. Playing as a true freshman right away is not something that's easy. But I think Kaj handled it like a pro. Not being here, but obviously watching him, he handled it like a pro, and he continue to do that. So just only great things for him moving forward.
Obviously, Greg Schiano has a very chronicled history with developing defensive backs. I mean, what have you learned from him so far, and what has he learned from you so far in your time here?
The biggest thing is what I learned from coaches is just chop every day. Right? We can't get bored with doing our job, and we got to get incrementally better every day. But that's the message to the team. That's the message to the coaching staff, and that's what we're doing. We're taking it one day at a time, one practice, one meeting at a time, and that's one of the biggest things that I've learned so far about not only just Coach Schiano, but the culture that he's instilled here at Rutgers.
What is your kind of assessment, your evaluation of the depth at the position?
Yeah, depth will always be a question in whatever position. But what I will say, we got a lot of young guys that's accumulating reps every day, like I mentioned before, and that's the biggest thing. It's accumulating the reps, getting better, and everything else will take care of itself.
Who are some of those young guys that have stuck out, maybe guys that fans haven't been able to see on the field, but you're seeing them kind of emerge in practice?
Yeah, one of the guys that's standing out is Jesse O'Fury. Jesse's been doing a good job, again, just chopping his job, getting incrementally better each day. Not only is he meeting with the meetings that we have, but he has individual meetings as well that he does on his own in terms of coming in and asking questions and just getting better that way. So we're excited about what Jesse can bring to the table for us.
Time for two more.
I spoke with Kaj Sanders last week, and he said his relatability and the relationship that he was able to get with you. You both spoke the same language. Can you just talk about how that works, I guess, in the meeting room with your safeties, but also when you're out recruiting, how that relatability kind of factors in with you and what you have to do to bring in that next level of talent?
Yeah, as the old kind of saying goes, players don't know how much you know, all right, until they know how much you care, and that's the biggest thing is speaking that same language, understanding that you're not just a football player, all right, you're a young man, all right, so we're building a relationship that way, it's not about what you can provide for us on the football field, more so about you as a person and understanding that I care more than just the football piece of it. And I think the kids understand that, and it goes over well with them.
He's not in your position group, but you were at Penn State with Cam Miller. Obviously, played a lot of snaps at Penn State. What should Rutgers fans know about him, and how valuable do you think it is to play at a team that went to the semifinals of the college football playoff and knows what it takes to win in the Big Ten?
Absolutely. So Cam is a pro in everything, much like I spoke about Jet. Cam is a pro on and off the field and everything that he does. And his experience in the Big Ten, obviously he's had it, and he's had success at it. So he's going to bring excitement. He's going to bring that the chop culture. That's who he is. So he fits in perfectly with what this culture is about. So we're excited about him, and he brings a level of leadership as well to the team.
Thanks, Coach.